Don't worry guys, you are going to see this many more times in today's episode. Because today I am going to do something a bit different. I have seen all kinds of official charts and pictures from Wargaming, how the accuracy system works, how the spread works, what the accuracy means, what the dispersion means, and so on. But for me, this is not enough. We all know that famous saying, this game has 25% RNG. I wonder where they actually came up with that number and what this 25% RNG means. If it is even an official statement, I would really like to know what the 25% RNG means in this game. Because this is the main question that popped up for me after I was done recording this episode, which literally took hours, actually days. I made this episode over 3 different days. All the editing, all the cutting. I believe I have blisters on my hand from cutting out all the reload timers. I had to cut out over 700 reload timers to make this episode as short as possible. So after you are done watching today's episode, do not be afraid to leave a like or a dislike depending on the results if you enjoyed the video or not. Leave a comment and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this in the future. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's jump into this episode. Here is my accuracy test, featuring 14 different tier 9 medium tanks. Why tier 9 medium tanks? Because the accuracy difference in tier 9 was almost as wide as possible. We have some really accurate guns in tier 9 and we have some really inaccurate guns as well. Why I did this testing overall? I did it for a couple of reasons. I wanted to see if we actually have a Russian bias in this game, accuracy wise. I know armor wise we kinda do, but I wanted to show you that the accuracy is actually, I have to say, I was extremely surprised, but not in the way you might think at first. So you want to watch today's episode to the end. I have some detailed Excel stuff at the end of the episode as well. So I wanted to test out the Russian bias, and as I said before, those official pictures, accuracy spread pictures, they do not do you any favor, because you would like to see the gun in action. You would like to see the actual patterns. Does the gun fire lower more often than not, or in the middle, or higher more often than not? And some patterns on some medium tanks, wow. Like, how does this tank even hit any shots? I wonder. Many times. And there were some serious surprises, as I said before. So without further ado, let's jump right into the action, and here is our first test subject, tier 9 M46 pattern. On the screen you are going to see the accuracy numbers, and I fired exactly 50 shots with every single tank. Some vehicles, they do not have 50 ammunition capacity. For example, 430 has only 40 rounds, or WZ-120 can carry only 40 rounds, so we had to roll in 2 times to get exactly 50 shots. With some vehicles I fired actually more than 50 shots, but 50 shots count. So I am going to count how many times the shot lands in the middle of the aiming dot, in the middle of the aiming circle. So it can be either at the very middle, or the dent, the non-penetration dent has to touch the middle tiny circle. Then it counts. Why? Because we are testing the accuracy over here. Let's say, and by the way, the range is 200 meters. Enemy mouse, or my friend's mouse is exactly 200 meters away from me, and let's say you have to aim at the weak spots. So if you're aiming at the weak spots, you need to hit the tiny point. And let's see how many of your shots out of 50 actually go where you aim. And this is why the main question in today's episode is, what the hell does the 25% RNG mean? Does it mean 25% of your shots are actually going where you are aiming? Because this is how it felt after I was done recording all those clips. And by the way, the aiming circle is auto-aimed in the middle of the mouse, so this is why I can move around, and or this is how I can move around and the aiming circle stays in the middle. I simply click the right mouse button on that mouse and it automatically stays on the target, as we all know. So Baton fired 50 shots and here are the results, or I am going to let you know first time how I am counting all those results. So in those 50 shots, Baton landed 16 shots in the middle. The shot itself, or the tent touching the middle tiny aiming dot, 16 times. But I am going to give you two results. I am going to give you in the middle low and in the middle high. In the middle low is the exact number, how many times I saw it landing in exactly into the middle. And in the middle high counter adds up some super close shots as well, which were almost into the middle of the aiming circle. So I give you two results because sometimes weak spots can be bigger, so this is why I am counting some super close hits as well. But we are already in our next vehicle, D54E1. Accuracy over here is 0.38. So M46 Baton's accuracy was 0.37 and over here 0.38. And yes, if you're already asking, did I aim in every single shot even while my gun was reloaded with this tank? Yes, I did, to get the maximum or the most accurate result. And here you can see I ran out of ammunition. It doesn't have 50 shots, so I had to load in once again to complete 50 shots, or to get 50 shots in total. So D54E1's accuracy is 0.38, only 0.01 worse than Baton, but the result is quite a bit different. Couple more shots needed and we are done. So this one was able to hit 13 shots in the middle, and I give it extra 3 shots that were kinda close. So in the middle high is 16. But we are already in our next vehicle, Badget 25T AP, and this one really surprised me. 0.34 accuracy, but look at his first clips spread. This is just mind-blowingly bad, and sometimes, yes, it can be one of the most frustrating tanks to play. Only 2 shots out of 4 actually landed where I was aiming it. But we are done reloading and take a look at what it does next. Okay, seems like it needs some more warm-up work, some more warming up at 200 meters, and now, yes, this gun is warm because it actually turned out to be one of the most accurate Tier 9 medium tank in this test. Yeah. So this tank over here in this test shows you perfectly the strength of the RNG. You can be the best player ever, but sometimes if you are aiming somewhere, RNG says no. Maybe the entire clip is going to miss and you cannot do anything. You can do absolutely nothing. If RNG says no, then you simply bend over and you take it. And this clip, almost perfect in the middle. Almost every shot landed into the middle of the aiming circle. And now some final shots and we are done. After 50 shots, Badget 25T AP landed 20 shots in the middle of the aiming circle. And I gave it 2 extra shots, so in the middle high was 22, that were kinda close. Badget 25T, Tier 9 French medium tank, autoloading medium tank with 0.34 accuracy. Keep that in mind, 0.34 accuracy, because next up, AMX30 prototype, 0.35 accuracy, only 0.01 less, and look at his. I was literally laughing while I was recording this. One of the worst possible results. And I don't know, that middle plate seems to be a weak spot on mouse, because I was able to penetrate it more than once. So we are still going, AMX 30. First prototype, or what is it? It doesn't matter. After 50 shots, ladies and gentlemen, only 0.01 accuracy less than on Badget 25T. It was able to land only 10 shots directly into the middle. Because keep in mind, this is what we are testing over here, how many shots it is able to hit directly into the middle. because we are sniping at tiny weak spots. This is what we are testing. Rules are exactly the same for every single tank, and this one was able to land 10 shots into the middle, together with some close hits in the middle high, turned out to be 14. This tank cannot do any sniping. Next up, Centurion 7-1, accuracy 0.30, one of the better accuracies in this testing and one of the better results as well, I might add. So I wasn't actually surprised. 0.30 accuracy or 0.30 dispersion at 200 meters is actually kind of decent. And by the way, I had, or every single crew was the same with Brothers in Arms, because I was using my community contributors account. I didn't have every single tier 9 medium tank myself, so I had to use it. And over there, every single crew member is completely maxed out. I didn't use any equipment units other than medium caliber tank on rammer. If I was able to use it on autoloaders, you were not able to use it, but on regular tanks you were able to use it, so every single crew is exactly the same. But I am showing you the accuracy numbers beforehand anyway, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, Centurion 7-1 finished, 0.30 accuracy after 50 shots. It was able to hit exactly 20 shots into the middle, and in the middle high adds 3 more shots that were kinda close. So in the middle high, 23 shots, but once again out of 50. So aiming at weak spots from 200 meters away is kinda efficient with Centurion 7-1. So far one of the most efficient weak spot sniper. So WZ-120, one of the biggest cannons in this testing, 0.36 accuracy, and the results once again really impressive for this type of gun. Not the most accurate gun, but at least after firing those 50 shots, which you are looking at the moment, nice penetration. Well, 120 should have enough penetration to go through a mouse's lower plate like that. We are getting some accurate hits from that gun. Oh, later on I have one crazy RNG with penetration roll. Just wait for it. Leopard BTA is able to do something scary. So WZ-120 finished firing 50 shots. I had to load in 2 times and it landed 17 shots into the middle. And in total, in the middle high was 20 shots. Not bad. From 0.36 accuracy, it was more than twice as accurate than AMX-30 first prototype. More than twice as accurate. Next up, freshly buffed Type 61. Let's have a look. Accuracy on Type 61 is exactly the same, 0.36. Same with 120. So let's smash it. Some shots are in the middle. Once again, lower plate penetration. That grouping is nice. Yeah, as I said, you can see only 6 last shots. Yeah, pretty nice groupings sometimes, but occasionally you see the RNG, the art of the RNG, like this grouping, all over the place. Jesus Christ. Tried to hit weak spots with that tank as well. Crazy. You are going to get some gray hairs for sure. So, after 50 shots, good job Japan for adding exactly 50 rounds into your ammunition capacity for my little testing over here. And after 50 shots, it landed 14 into the middle, and I gave it 3 extra shots that were kinda close. So, in the middle high, 17 hits. Type 61. And I didn't do any damage to mouse. Let's jump into the next one. Here is yet another autoloader, but a bit more accurate autoloader than Badger 25T. It is Skoda D50. Accuracy 0.33. So let's go. And just so you know, I am going to aim in every single shot. So first clip, 2 in the middle. Nice. Next clip, not as good. Oh yeah, some clips on Skoda D50 I remember were kinda nasty. Like that would make me angry. That was a nice shot into the middle. And 2 shots, like 1 low, 1 high. How do you track from 200 meters away with that kind of accuracy? I don't know. In the middle, low, and left. In the middle, low and high. High, low and high. Nothing in the middle from that clip. And 6 shots in a row, 6 shots in a row, 7 shots in a row without any hits into the middle. The spread is kinda scary. Sometimes. That shot was just... I don't know where it went. Into the viewport. Couple more shots needed. I think... Oh yes, we actually had to reload. So, loading another replay. Here we go. Clean mouse. And by the way, mega epic shout out to my buddy Zanin, who is on the other side, inside that mouse. Thank you for spending hours, literally hours, helping me out. Not simply trying to help me out, but helping me out. Sitting over there, driving into the same position, recording and editing took days, as I said. We did it over a couple of days, otherwise we would go insane, literally insane. But Skoda D50 finished after 50 shots, 16 landed into the middle, and in the middle high was 19. So 19 shots in total, landed kinda where I was aiming it, into the middle. But we are already in our next vehicle, which is Standard P, that has exactly the same accuracy as Skoda D50, so it is perfect to compare 0.33 accuracies between different nations, Czech Skoda D50 and Italian Standard P. Both kind of an autoloaders, 0.33 accuracy, Standard P. One more shot and... boom, done. 50 shots fired. Standard P, after firing 50 shots, landed 16. Exactly the same result as on Skoda D50. 16 shots directly into the middle, but I counted 20 shots in total that were kinda close. So in the middle high is 20. And in the middle high on Skoda D50 was 19. So almost identical results from identical accuracies. Next up, E50, the most accurate gun, and oh boy, you can already see it, the most accurate gun in this testing with my crew members. It was 0.27 accuracy, and by the way, this tank together with, what was it, Leopard 1, is the most accurate medium tank in this game overall. So 0.27 accuracy in this test, after firing 50 shots, landed 20 shots exactly in the middle, and because it had, I think I can say it had the best grouping, overall grouping in this test so far, and in this test overall actually, and in the middle high is 24, so 24 shots in total out of 50 landed into the middle. So this is German accuracy in World of Tanks. Next up we have yet another German medium tank, Leopard BTA, with 0.29 accuracy. So second best accuracy in this test. Once again, Germans are snipers. And they are really good at one other thing as well. They are really good at overrolling penetration values. What I mean by that, you are going to see that fairly soon. You can see how that middle aiming circle penetration indicator is completely red. But Leopard BTA was able to get the maximum possible penetration roll, and with that shot, it was able to penetrate mouse's upper plate. We couldn't believe it. And my buddy also couldn't believe it, and in this replay sound kind of bugged out, sorry for that. But overall, Leopard BTA, really good effort, 19 shots in the middle, and in the middle high was actually 20, so not too many shots were close. It either did hit directly or it didn't hit at all. So Leopard BTA, still really good result. And now one of the biggest surprises. Now we are testing out 3 different Soviet Russian tanks in a row. T-54, 430 version 2 and the mighty 430. But this tank, T-54, Tier 9 Soviet Russian bias stripping medium tank. T-54 didn't perform super hot, even with that awesome 0.31 accuracy. It is fourth best accuracy. Yes, first place goes to E50, second place Leopard PTA, third accuracy place goes to Centurion 7.1, and D54 is the fourth most accurate tier 9 medium tank with that gun, but from 200 meters away trying to hit small weak spots, it doesn't happen. And many times, even if you're trying to track something, it doesn't happen because your spread is god awful. In total, after firing 50 shots with D50, it was able to land 12 shots into the middle, exactly into the middle where I was aiming my shot, and in the middle high 15 shots that would penetrate some a bit smaller weak spots as well. Of course, many of those shots would have been hits into the side armor, yes, a penetrations as well, but we are looking how many shots are going directly where I am actually aiming. So 15 shots in total into middle high. It did worse with 0.31 accuracy than T54E1 with 0.38 accuracy. Next up we have Object 430 version 2, yet another tier 9 Soviet-Russian medium tank, and even his vehicle with 0.33 accuracy is going to do a lot better job. Look at his grouping, not bad. Every single shot so far would track something, would damage something into the middle, into the rear, but aiming at super tiny weak spots, maybe not so much. For example, that previous shot wasn't a hit, those two shots actually were a hit. Grouping, could be a lot better. Many shots high, many low into the middle, that was high, a bit high as well, but close. I'm counting those shots as close shots. In the middle high. Low, middle, low once again. This seems to fire low a lot more than high. In the middle or low. So a couple more shots and boom. Low once again and one more shot left. Let's see where that goes. Boom, into the middle. Okay, so 430 version 2 landed 18 shots directly into the middle and 21 shots counted as in the middle high. 21 shots. And finally, T-Mighty, once again Soviet-Russian biased ripping tier 9 medium tank, Object 430, one of the most devastating medium tanks in this game at the moment. But after this testing, you can see that from 200 meters away, unless you are shouting Russia extremely loud, it is not able to hit weak spots so nicely. But it is able to penetrate Mouse's lower plate at least, like a cheese. So you can see the grouping, overall grouping is not super good. Many shots were low, many shots were high. Like, just look at his guys. Try to aim at any commander hatches at 200 meters away. You are growing old before you can actually kill something aiming simply at the commander hatch. So we ran out of ammunition. Here is yet another clean mouse. And after 10 more shots, boom, done. Actually, one more shot needed. And after 50 shots with 0.39 accuracy, by the way, this was the worst accuracy in this test, it was able to land 10 shots into the middle, and because of the RNG, into middle high was 14. And Object 430 was our final tank, our final test subject in this episode. So now let's open the Excel table and let's have a look. Once again, I know it myself as well. You do not have to tell me that in the comment section. It is not 100% the best, the most accurate accuracy test out there. I simply wanted to do it myself. I wanted to get my hands on. But I would say after firing 700 shots in 14 different medium tanks, we actually have quite a decent sample size. Or what do you think? I believe many of you would argue that there should be more shots in the middle high table or in the middle high row. But the main thing I was testing with or in this video was how many shots are landing exactly where I am aiming it. This was the main thing I was testing, and every single tank had exactly the same rules. I counted exactly the same shots, exactly the same rules. Now, that said, here you can see the full table, Excel table with all the numbers and everything else, all the details you need to know. You can see the name of the tank, the accuracy number, how many hits, how many shots landed into the middle, and how many shots landed into the middle, together with some close hits. So, for example, M46 pattern with 0.37 accuracy, after firing 50 shots, was able to land exactly 16 hits into the middle, and counting with some really close hits, 20 shots in total into the middle. So middle hits percentage low, 32% of the shots are going where you are aiming with M46 pattern. And middle high percentage is 40%. So average 30, on average 36% of your shots with M46 pattern are going where you are aiming. The E54E1 is not doing as good, 26% of them are going exactly into the middle, but on average 29% of your shots in E1 are going where you are aiming. Badget 25T, one of the biggest surprises, for me at least, in my opinion. 40% of the shots went where I was aiming it, and on average you were able to hit actually 42% of your shots where you were aiming, or I was able to do it. You were able to see that some clips had horrible RNG, nothing landed into the middle, and the very next clip, boom, every single shot, boom, 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 sniping weak spots for days. This is RNG for you. AMX30, for example, what happened, I have to ask. 20% of the shots landed directly into the middle, 20% of your shots. Together with in the middle high, the average is 24%. Yeah, RNG for you. Sometimes I believe that percentage can be actually even 40. And this is where I got the question, what does the 25% RNG mean? Does it mean that on average 25% of your shots are actually going where you are aiming? Exactly where you are aiming? Maybe. Centurion 7-1, a really good result. Once again, on average, 43% of your shots are going where you are aiming. WZ 120, 37% on average. Type 61, 31%. Skoda D50, 35%. Standard P, 36%. E50, the most accurate tank in this game, the most accurate medium tank in this game. I used actually the most accurate gun. It wasn't the drop gun, but on average 44% of your shots, close to 50, are going where you are aiming. Leopard PTA 39%, D54 27%, Object 430 version 2 39%. And Object 430, 24%. So accuracy wise, I believe there is no Russian bias, but guys, keep in mind one really extremely important thing. I didn't shout Russia while I was playing or while I was testing with those Soviet medium tanks. I didn't shout Russia. So this tunes it by 100% already, I am pretty sure. So all in all, overall average, after firing 700 shots, actually more than 700 shots on the background, but 700 counts, 34.71% of your shots are going into the middle, where I was aiming, and this is what I was testing. And this, ladies and gentlemen, marks the end of this mammoth of an episode. I am done. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it maybe even a little bit informative, interesting, entertaining. If you have any more awesome ideas, testing ideas, let me know in the comment section down below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed. dislike if you didn't, subscribe, make that red subscribe button gray. It looks better that way. And hit that bell button. You know the thrill. Stay awesome, take care, and bye.